like, I want to give you half of the money. But she was like, oh, she doesn't want a refund and everything. She wants me to pay, like, she wants me to make another cake. Okay, if I'll make another cake, pay for half of the cake and I will make another cake. But she doesn't want to pay for anything. She just wants me to make another cake and send it and pay for delivery. Like, if I run my business like that, I'll be out of business. I'm just really mad, and I'm making these videos in like batches. Sorry guys. Okay guys, so I'm having like a really bad day, so I decided to just like come in here and rant for you guys. So hi guys, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Sorry I look a little, if this is not your first time, welcome back. Thank you for keeping me in business. Okay, so like recently I made a cake for this customer and I was supposed to deliver it to another city. Usually when my customers order cakes, I send it to a different city, either via train or via bus. And what I do is like I send them the details of like pick up, like the address to pick it up, like if it's at the bus station, if it's at the train station, the number of the driver, the platform number, the wagon number, if it's a train, and okay, the specific time it will get there, because those people really keep the time and they don't like to waste their time or anything. Okay, I don't know if I'm looking in the camera. Anyways, so this particular lady ordered a cake and stuff and I sent it. And usually I send the cake and get the details. When you make an order, I'll tell you that okay, I'll send you details when I have them so you can pick them up. I'll send you the time for pickup as well. So this particular lady made an order and then I sent the cake. And then after I sent the cake by 9 a.m, the cake was supposed to get there by 3:30. So I sent her the details for pickup, the driver's number, the number of the bus, the picture of the bus, the everything basically. So I sent it to her on Instagram, but she didn't see it. And then around 12, I kind of noticed that normally when I send things like that to my customers, they say, oh, thank you, or maybe they ask further questions, like basically alerting me to the fact that you've seen it. So sometimes if I don't get anything back from them, I like to go back and see like, what's up, has this customer seen it, or so I kind of went back and I realized around 12 that she hasn't seen it. So I tried to call her severally on the Instagram stuff, but she wasn't picking. I called her severally, I sent several messages, hello. Around 2, when it was around 2, it was like 1 hour 30 minutes to the time she was supposed to pick up the cake. So I realized that okay, at this point this person is not online, and I sent it by bus. And you know these people, whether by bus or by train, the time is the time. If you're not there at that time, they're going to keep it moving. They won't wait for you. Like they have their business as well. Nobody fucking waits for you. Okay, so and I make sure I include that in the details I send to the customers. Like the train won't wait or the bus won't wait. Be there at so time and then you can pick it up. Sometimes they go late and then like I make allowances for lateness actually, but you got to show up. You cannot show up at all. Anyways, when I went back there around 2, I realized that okay, she hasn't seen my messages and she wasn't responding to my calls. And at this time I had already sent the cake. Normally if it's for another city, I send cakes ahead, like in advance. I'm not explaining. Let's say for example you want a cake for 28, yeah, it takes a day for train to get from Arcov to Odessa in 28. If you're in Odessa and you want a cake for 28, so it's my job to know that okay, this cake leaves me, I have to get it ready on 27th, so I can send on 27th so it can get to you on 28. So the details and the time and the date I'll send to you for pickup would be 28, early enough, so like maybe around 9 or around 10, or you guys, so you can get your cake. Anyways, this lady was supposed to get her cake around 3 p.m. So I realized at that point that she had not answered and she had not seen the messages. I understand customers have their lives and shit happens sometimes, and like so I thought to myself, okay, what can I do? So I went on her page and then I scrolled down and I was trying to check the people she tags or her friends and stuff. So I kind of found like 2 or 3 people, and then I buzzed them and I was like, oh hello, please, but sorry to bother you, do you know this lady? She ordered a cake and it will soon get there, and I'm trying to get through to her, if you can like reach her for me and everything. But 2 people didn't respond. Only one nice gift lady responded. So I told her that okay, she responded. She was like, oh, she can't seem to get a hold of her as well and stuff. So at that point I was already thinking, okay, what can I do? Okay, so I called my dispatcher and told him that okay, what can you talk to the driver, what can he do for us, because it seems this lady is not available and she won't be available when he gets there. So he told me that okay, the dispatcher can drop the cake at a shop, yeah, at the train station, at the bus station. Okay, so that was the only option we had. Okay, no problem. Okay, so at that point the dispatcher dropped the cake and left and stopped the bus driver. So later she kind of answered after around 4 or so. I think she responded around 4 and then the cake had been dropped. Okay, so around 4, no, she responded around past 5. At that time, the person she was supposed to pick the cake said she closes by 5:30. So at that time she had closed. I said, okay, maybe the next day. Okay, so the next day, yeah, she got to the Dnipro. She was supposed to pick up the cake. She was there, and then she couldn't find the shop. She couldn't find any shop that was described like that. She couldn't find the person. So she went and like she called me, and then I called my dispatcher, and then we started calling the driver. At a point, like the guy was saying different stories, and I realized, okay, at this point, it sounds like this man has stolen the cake. Yeah, like the stories were changing per minute. Every time you ask him something, he has a different thing to say. So at that point, I was like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Like at this point, my customer is there, cakeless, and I'm here frustrated because I've sent cake and she was not there to pick up, which is understandable. Life happens, like shit happens, people have their lives to live, and sometimes shit just happens and you have to make allowances for people. Okay, so what can I do? And mind you, like when she ordered, she had not paid for delivery. So like at that, like I paid for delivery in advance. Usually sometimes I don't remember tell customers to pay for delivery. So at that time when I know that, okay, I have to send this cake at this time so this person can get it early enough, it's my fault I didn't tell them to pay for delivery. So I pay for delivery and then tell them that, oh please, you have to pay for delivery. Sometimes some of them get angry and be like, oh, you didn't tell me early enough, I want to pay. Sometimes they pay. So sometimes, like if I don't remember to tell you, I just pay. So like it won't be like, oh, you should have told me, I would have paid, but I didn't tell you, so I pay. Because you know, customers have to get their cakes. You have to do the work you were paid to, basically, and trust that like they will pay you the extra if they have it or if it's fine with them. Okay, so at this point I already paid for delivery and the cake had been sent and driver had dropped it. But that day she got there and was obvious that, okay, this man has stolen cake and he has run away with the cake and there's nothing I can do. Okay, so what can I do? This, my customer is there, no cake, and I'm here like just frustrated and trying to, you know, do you get? So I told her that, okay, what we're going to do is pay for half of the cake and I will make you another cake and send it. Or if you don't, okay, no, that was not I told her. I told her, okay, I will pay, refund you half of the money since she didn't get any cake. So she was like, no, she wants a cake and everything. It was a present for someone. I said, okay, what we can do is, okay, pay for half of the cake and I'll make another cake and send it. And she got mad and she was like, how can she pay for another cake? She paid for a cake and she didn't get it. But it wasn't my fault. She said it's not her fault. Okay, no problem. It is not my fault either. You paid for a cake, you told me the day, you told me the city to be in, and I got the cake to get to that city at that time. I sent you the details like 7 fucking hours before and you didn't see it. Yeah, shit happens. Now meet me in the middle so I can meet you in the middle so we can, you know, get the business going. But she refused and she's making it sound like I took her money, I didn't deliver a cake. Like, it's frustrating sometimes and I'm ranting. Okay guys, thank you so much. If you have any advice, please leave it for me in the comment section below. And if you have a business and this has ever happened to you, please leave me a comment to encourage me. So sorry, my face kind of looks funny, but thank you guys so much for always watching my videos, and I will see you in my future videos. Bye. I probably won't have to rant in other ones. Okay, so guys, there's a part I forgot to add in my video, yeah, and that's the part where like she told me the delivery was supposed to be in Dnipro, in Dnipro, that's a city in eastern, in Ukraine and stuff. But she was not in that city, she was in a different city. But that's okay, she made a mistake. She said she thought maybe I said like the delivery, like what city is she in, but that was not what I typed. It was typing, so it was easy to refer back to. I said like, what city will delivery be in, and she told me Dnipro. So that was why I sent it to Dnipro. But she was like, oh, she forgot to tell me that she was in Arkhov, she was not in Dnipro. That was why she could not pick up the cake and she wasn't online. Aside the fact that she wasn't online and she couldn't pick up the cake, she was in a different city, so she couldn't get it that day. She had to get it the next day. Yet she feels like it was my fault and I like maybe I couldn't get a hold of her. I don't understand what she thought was my fault, part of it. But regardless of whose fault it was, yeah, I've made a cake, I've sent it, and like, you know, but now shit has happened how it had happened. How can we meet each other in the middle? Like, I want to give you half of the money, but she was like, oh, she doesn't want a refund and everything. She wants me to pay, like, she wants me to make another cake. Okay, if I'll make another cake, pay for half of the cake and I will make another cake. But she doesn't want to pay for anything. She just wants me to make another cake and send it and pay for delivery. Like, if I run my business like that, I'll be out of business. I'm just really mad, and I'm making these videos in like batches. Sorry guys.